Hi everybody, it's Alex Hughes with Hughes Real Estate here in Victoria. I want to thank you for joining me on my third video of my 6-part series from contract to close. And in this video, we're going to be focusing on getting an accepted offer. So we've already looked at a few homes and we found the one that fits your lifestyle. So the first thing we're going to be discussing is the purchase price. Now it's my job to go through, find recent sales or comparables, see how long the property's been sitting on the market, and find an accurate fair market value. Our next discussion is going to be focused around a deposit. So after we've done our due diligence of the subject twos, we put in a deposit that's going to be held in trust in my brokerage that'll be held there until the completion date. Now generally the deposit is about 10% of the final purchase price, but the bigger the deposit you can put, the better, as it makes you look like a more serious buyer. So the next discussion revolves around possession dates. Now the completion and adjustment dates fall on the same day, and that'll be discussed more in our video with the lawyer. But generally you have the possession on the same day or a predetermined period about 24 to 48 hours after the completion date. Now we try to pick a date that works best for you, but if we are competing in a multiple offer situation, I will be calling the listing agent and to see what dates work best for them to make our offer more desirable. And the final thing that we will be discussing is subject twos. Now when you're dealing with a single family detached home, there's about 4 standard subjects that you use. The first one is the buyer financing, so making sure that the lender or your bank approves of the property so you can get your mortgage. The second one is the insurance broker, and similar to the mortgage, we have to make sure that the insurance broker approves of this property. Now what this is going to do is they're going to take a look at the insurance claims history and see what your premium is going to be. So if you have quite a high premium, we know that this property is problematic and we might be able to move on and cost you less money. Now the third subject is a property title search. So we have access to the title and actually forms part of the contract of the offer, but we want to make sure that there's no charges that are going to be affecting your use of the property. So you might see a financial charge such as a mortgage or an assignment of rent, but any financial encumbrances will be removed prior to you taking possession. So the ones we need to look out for is something like an easement or a restrictive covenant. Now I'll be discussing with this more in detail with the lawyer, but a quick example is a restrictive covenant could be a restriction on the height of the building that you could build. Now again, these are pretty straightforward and can be determined quite easily, but of course we want to make sure we're doing our due diligence. And the final common subject is a subject to inspection, and this could be arguably the most important. We want a certified professional, and I will be interviewing one as well later on in this series, but what to look out for. He'll go up into the attic, check for any water ingress, the electrical, the plumbing, and make sure that you're not going to be spending a few $1,000s right when you move in. Now if you're purchasing a condo, the 5th subject is going to be a subject to strata document review. So every building in Victoria has a strata council, and they do monthly meeting minutes to discuss any issues with the building. So we'll be going over 2 years of this on top of the depreciation report and make sure we've got a good understanding of how the building is being run. Now of course with the building, same with the house, they do depreciate over time and there will be costs involved, but we want to make sure we've got a good understanding so we can plan for it. Well, that's everything I got for this accepted offer. I want to thank you for joining me, and I'm excited to be interviewing the next certified professionals. And find an accurate market fair, and find an accurate fair market value, and find an accurate market value offer. So completion and adjustments. So the first thing we're going to be discussing is, I said disgusting.